My name is David Footman, and I'm the cinematic director on Splinter Blacklist. In the most recent trailer, we showed a couple of minutes of gameplay and cinematic with a storyline that sort of gives you the controlling idea of Splinter Blacklist.
I was sworn to protect the American people, but I can't do that without you. The Blacklist attacks could tear this country apart. You're our last line of defense.
The President of the United States has given Sam Fisher what we call the fifth freedom, the freedom to do whatever it takes to apprehend, to stop, and to destroy these enemies, and get rid of the threat. So the trailer itself is showing a lot of gameplay action moves that are actually captured straight from gameplay, and scenes between Sam Fisher and some of the adversaries he'll be facing throughout the story.
What do we have in Benghazi?
My contact is at a CIA safe house. They've detained a subject with intel on Guam, but no one gets to ask questions until they're done with him.
Sam, talk to me.
Your contact's been made. He's dead.
You got more militia en route. Advise you move out, sir.
All right, I need options. Now would be good.
Starting with Conviction, we definitely started having a more action-oriented game, not necessarily moving away from stealth. But actually having another style of gameplay in Conviction. And I think with Splinter Blacklist, because of the wrapper, because of the story, and because of our premise, there's definitely the stakes aren't as personal. They're sort of extra personal. Sort of America's being attacked, and Sam Fisher has been chosen to lead a team to avert the attack. So it's definitely an extremely high, intense level of conflict. And added to that, we have a timer. Sort of the timer is basically a timer on every single attack that begins in the single-player campaign, in which it raises the stakes and creates a certain amount of tension throughout gameplay that you have to use to stop each attack. I think what you'll find with trailers is they tend to be very explosive. These are the kind of pieces that end up, coming to the surface when you're doing public-facing media. But in truth, every single level has a ghost ability and an action ability. So the level designers are going to an extreme amount of pain to make sure that levels can be played both ways. So I think that it really depends on the kind of gameplay the player wants to use and whether it's right for the kind of situation in that map. So I think that there will be some areas that most of the players, metrics-wise, will be having a more open, fighting them from the front.
Everyone, spread out.
Sort of open-faced attack, and I think other parts of the level will lend themselves towards stealth and ghost.
It's nothing. Keep looking.
And really taking down enemies in quiet, bit by bit, coming out of cover. It really depends on the level. It's a choice for the player. So all the systems are created for both. Whether or not that will achieve better gameplay results at each part of the map will depend on how it's designed. But I think there's been a lot of talk about the core fans and our origins in stealth, that we're moving away from that. And I think that everybody really wants to jump on that. We've become this action-oriented game, and I think that you're seeing a lot of that now. But we're going to be rolling out all kinds of assets over the next few months, and what you're going to see is that what we have is a monster game. It's huge. So there's going to be action moments in the game. There's going to be gadget moments in the game, and there's going to be stealth moments in the game. It's going to have all of those things because it is bigger than any of the Splinter Cells we've ever made before.
ماشي انا جاي وراك. ما اعترفني اعتقد انك ذكي وانت مستخبي هناك. اوكي انا جاي لك.
افتح الانوار دي تاني.
What have we got here?
Need help checking it out?
I'm all right here.
also the style of gameplay is also heavily wrapped around the premise of our game. I mean, this isn't like a slow burning mystery where you're trying to get to somebody. I mean, this is a huge amount of extra personal conflict that is just thrown on the player. We have a very early exciting incident in the game. It's explosive, it's fast, it demands very quick action, and you know, just like anything else, I think structure and balance in the type of gameplay that you're going to have will reveal itself to the player. I mean, action, 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 action. You know, once you peak like that and you stay like that, I mean, it just becomes sort of a cacophony or kinesis, and to be honest, it's not fun. I think that what you're going to find is that we're working really hard to create structure and flow in the game that's going to have something for all different kinds of players, depending on how you choose to play the level.
أكيد في مكان هون.
If you look at killing in motion, fluidity of navigation of the player, that same fluidity, the way Sam Fisher moves has been applied to stealth. What you're going to see in this next iteration of Splinter Cell in Blacklist, what you're going to see is the ability to navigate more of the environment and to do it in a stealthy way. What we're calling it is the Panther, Sam the Panther, and the way he moves. It's actually kind of incredible when you're playing, whether it's stealth or whether you're playing killing in motion. The way the character moves, the way we're blending between different parts of the environment and the geo, really makes you feel like you're this deadly, you know, special agent. The fantasy is really well delivered with this new animation system, which is blending between other poses. That it just looks fantastic.
It's slippery out here. A little wind, I'm taking flying lessons.
I'll make sure to take some splash to your family. Don't even make you fight enough.
That's because you're too dumb to know you're screwed. Who's gonna come over the rooftops on a night like this?
If we do our jobs, no one. Now shut your door and get...